Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Well, look what has wandered into my shop. A Candy Gold Honda CT70K0. If you remember, back in the spring, if you've been around long enough, I did a video. I bought 3 bikes off of a flipper. And one of those bikes was a little white Honda Z50r. I think it was a 98. Oh, look at there. And then a couple weeks ago, we did another video. We did an update video on that little Z50R, put a kill switch on it, and did a couple things, got it up and running. Well, somebody saw the video and reached out to me and said, hey, I'm interested in that. Would you be interested in any swapping? And I said, sure. So they brought me this yesterday and a couple $100, and I gave them a white Honda Z50R. So this is going to be our next project. I think I'm going to set up the tripod and put the camera on it, and let's roll it up on a table and see what we can find. It seems to be mostly complete. I mean, there are some parts obviously going to need to be repaired or replaced, but you know, tail light brackets there, headlight buckets there. The handlebars seem to be fairly straight. Looks like the wiring is been tampered with. You know what? Let's just do this. I'm gonna try and pick up this tripod. I guess I should have lifted the table up. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna get better set up here. Lift that table up so it's a little higher, and then we'll start looking at it. All right, now we've got it up off the ground. We maybe get a little bit better look at it without having to bend over. Let's just start here on the front. Obviously, we've got a broken speedometer cable. 379 miles. I wonder if that speedometer cable's been broke for a really long time, because wow, she sure looks like she's got more than 379 miles worth of use on it. But obviously that's bad. Tire actually is holding air. We got fork gators that are shot. Headlight bucket is squished in and cracked. And oh, we're missing it broke out the fiberglass and broke out the nut right there that holds the actual headlight itself. But that probably can be fixed. We're missing a reflector here. Oh, look at that. No, the handlebars have been bent. Look at the heat marks from where they've straightened it. Yeah, so it's been downed. Obviously, we've got a broken lever here. So it went down on this side. This fork gear is pushed in and has ovaled the headlight instead of being round. It's pinched it. Yeah. So we got a little bit of, that's not horrible. They've put little lights on it. There's a couple of little battery powered lights on the front and back. So it must have ran at some point. The key switch has been cut out of it. The top end, or at least that cover's been off, because we've got the nuts are in the wrong orientation. That's supposed to be down here, so it doesn't look like it's been broke open. The case anyway. Now the stator cover has been off and it's all messed up. Carburetor all looks all right. It's got the foot pegs. It's obviously, when they downed it, they must have broke the gear shift lever. They've welded a bolt onto it. The sprocket is all laid over. The teeth are. And so the chain doesn't sit in the teeth correctly. Back tire is shot. Here's more of those lights I was telling you about they put on it for the back because it doesn't have a tail light. Anything else on this side that I see? Chain guards, looks like it's been bent and straightened a couple times. Probably still usable. The seat is rough. We've got a K0 exhaust shield on a K1 exhaust. You can see because there's it doesn't line up right with the hardware where the mounting hardware is to go. So the exhaust has been replaced and they put the original shield back on it. That's probably why the back tire is not holding any air. It's that bunch of silicone. They tried to stop a leak. It's got the brake switch and all the stuff there. Decals are actually, these decals are bad. The side badges don't look too bad. We've got a spark plug that's been, oh yeah, it's kind of got spark plug, it's got a cap in it. Hopefully they haven't messed up the threads in the head. Back you up just a little bit, but yeah, the shield is all there. Fender's got a sticker on it, but maybe we can clean that up. It is a, can I see it? 6 of 70 build. All right, I'm gonna go back around the other side. We're gonna let it down a little bit. That's pretty much everything on the bottom half. Let's look underneath the seat and so the high-low switch has been trashed. The horn button's missing and there's a bolt in there. Throttle doesn't seem to work. Yeah, that's moving the, can't really see it down there, but it's kind of moving the front brake lever. We were missing the Kickstarter on the other side, and there's that's not the correct one, but that is a Kickstarter. No battery, did they? And from the tape here, maybe they figured out that they needed to loop that black wire to get it to run. Look, it's because they've added in a wire. Oop, I'm not even looking at you. They've added in an extra wire, so they obviously figured out that they needed to loop that black wire to get it to run without a battery being plugged in. The rest of the wiring doesn't look horrible. Wrong gas cap. It's got something stuck down inside there. I can't get it out. Well, we'll worry about that in a minute. Huh, even still has the strap on for the battery. Oh, we've got some mousy stuff down in there. Well, what do you say? Let's pull off a few bare minimum parts. Seat is shot. Pull off a bare minimum parts for today's video, and let's see if we got any spark and see if we can maybe even hear it go putt putt. So I'm gonna put you back in the tripod, the stand, and get out some tools, and let's see if we can hear it run. All right, before I turn it over, I want to get rid of some of the ugly, and I definitely don't want to turn it over until I got the air cleaner off of it. Don't know what's inside here, and I don't want to suck anything in. So I'm going to take just a minute, and I'm going to just remove some parts just to get rid of them, just to get rid of the ugly. And make life a little easier on us when we do go to turn it over and see if it's got any fire. Didn't grab a screwdriver. I think it's only got one screw holding it in. It did. Well, at least the flywheel's not all beat up. Let's see if the points actually open and close. Yeah, points open and close, but boy, I don't seem to have much compression. I don't have hardly any compression at all. That's not a good sign, fellas. No, that's not good at all. Let's see. There's a zip tie, probably holding the spark plug wire over. Reach in there. Yeah, well. Oh, I forgot to take the bottom. It was already missing the top bolt here, but I forgot to take this one off. I like to take the whole carburetor and everything off at one time. Let's get fuel lines off of there. You know what? We're not even gonna, yeah. I was gonna say we weren't gonna try and save the fuel lines, but I think I will. Yeah, I don't know that they're worth saving. So I just gonna cut them off. They are shot. All right, here's the carburetor. Let's see if the slide will pull up out of there. Slide won't even pull up out of it. Okay. This one's going to fight us. Oh yeah, it's still got the original. Still got the original foam in it. I don't have a wrench to, hang on a second. I did this on one of the last little bikes we worked on. We took this off. Somebody has forced something else on there. Okay, let's get you fellas. Yeah, and then this thing they just fall apart. So yeah, I'm glad we pulled that off of there before we turned it over. Okay, I'm gonna get some WD-40 and put down in that carburetor. Maybe let that sit. Let's pull the plug and I was a little worried about that. I hope they haven't just messed that up. All right, so they actually have the correct cap on it, but they got the wrong type of spark plug. They've got the cap that takes, a plug with no cap, no little ends. We're just going to grab a new one. Let's see. That's 17. That's 17. I'm going to reach across, you guys. Excuse me. Okay. I am going to try zoom you in. You know what? I think I'll turn off the. Let me turn off the light. Make it a little easier to see. Guys, maybe if I stand in front of that open doorway. I'm not seeing any spark. Nope, no sparky. No spark. Before I dig into the no spark, see if I can reach over there. Where's the plug hole? There it is. Well, you know what? It might have enough compression to run. Oh, come on. I think it has enough compression to run, actually. I don't think that's going to be an issue. But we've got to... We've got to see why we don't have any spark. It looks like it's almost like it's not even opening, or if it is, just barely. probably a little much. Oh, got a phone. Hang on just a second and we'll see if we got a spark. Okay, sorry about the interruption. So we adjusted the points a little bit. Let's see if we've got any kind of spark now. I didn't see any spark, but I did see that. Did you look right here? Look right here. We have. Oh boy, the things you find when you work on these bikes. All right, we got something going on behind that cover. It almost looks like maybe the cam. Hang on a second. I'm gonna take this spark plug shield off here so I can get to things a little easier. All right, let's take this off. What do you guys see? You know, it didn't look like it had all the the copper washer is missing. They just stuck a steel washer on there. It doesn't act like it's got all 3 bolts in the cam. No, it does. So I guess they were just, it was just catching the cover, I suppose. And all right, what did I do with the 17mm socket, fellas? I had a 17. Oh, it's on the drill, not on that thing. That's where it's at. I don't know about this thing. Look at that. Look how loose that is. It almost acts like the camshaft is broke. I don't think that's loose bolts on that. Look, that has so much play. I think the camshaft's broke. Let's take the covers. All right, what are you guys looking at? Yeah, you're still. I think our chances are here. Oh, no, that actually is loose. You know, I made a note that the head had been off. I know the head had been off at some point. Because that valve's still going up and down. Well, you know, we had compression, so got a hell of a lot of lash there. Well, the bottom one's, it's moving also. All right. I'm going to take the cover off of this other side. See if I can get it off. Oh, now I hear a car pulling up. Now the cam is not setting. It's not in I got an issue there with the head. Let me help whoever pulled up there, and I'll take you around and show you what we're looking at. All right, once again, I apologize for the interruptions, but looking right here, here's our problem. See, the cam is not being held in place, not supported on this end of the cam. You can actually see the gap up there toward the top of the head, or top end of the cylinder here. Yeah, and it looks like it's been that way a long time, and it's worn a groove. So, yeah, that's not going to work. You know what? I'm still curious whether or not it's going to run. I'm still curious, even with that. Can we get it to run? We got to get spark. So there's the coil wire. Let's pull the wiring harness, see if we can get it out of the engine. Oh gosh, there's some crap in there. Oh boy, nasty. That's nasty. Oh, I don't know what we pulling out. It's like a magic trick. Just, you know, pull a scarf out of there. All right, let me get a jumper wire. Oh, wrong wire. There we go. So we're going to hook one up there at the coil. And I got to figure out which one of these dirty ones goes to. It should be this one. The black one should be your power. All right, can't have that touch anything to ground out. So we've bypassed the harness. Still no spark. I'm going to shut you down for a minute. I'm going to get some sandpaper and I'm going to clean those points. I'm going to go in and try and clean the points and see if I want to at least see if we can get the thing to have some sparks, you know, get some fire to it. Maybe even dribble a little bit of fuel in it just to hear it kind of cough off. So hang on just a second. Kind of comes and goes. We haven't got it solid yet. Oh, there it goes. I just took a little fingernail file and hit the points. A little bit of WD-40, and we are getting closer and closer. So I'm going to work on a little bit more, make sure I can get consistent spark, and then I'll bring you guys right back. Yeah, quit shaking. Well, I believe I've got good consistent spark. One thing that does bother me is I've been turning this thing over and over and over, and I have pumped almost no oil out of it. So I don't know if it doesn't have oil in it, if it's got a blocked screen, the oil pump's not working. Something's up, but I'm not going to let it bother me right now. I'm going to throw a couple parts back on here. And then we're going to dribble some fuel in it. See what happens. And then eventually we're going to have to take that head off there. I'm a little bit worried about this spark plug hole. That other spark plug didn't seem to be in there more than just a couple threads. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I hate to hit it with WD-40. Foul plug. Let's try it again here. I believe we're cross-threading it. I got a feeling we're going to put a new head on it anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. Can't tell if it's seated down in there. There we go. She runs. She's a tapper. But it did run. All right, so what are we gonna do? I think for today that might just call the video. I'm going to take the rest of the afternoon and just strip it all down, get the engine out, and just start taking it apart, get it down to a bare frame. And you guys have seen that, so I don't really feel the need to film all that. It'll take a little while. I think I'll see if I can get that slide out of that carburetor, which unfortunately now let's see if our WD-40 did anything. Oh my goodness, no. She's stuck, guys, she's stuck. Now I'm gonna have to get that screen out and see if I can just pop that up a little bit. Come on. I'll worry about getting the rest of that out of there later. Nope. There it went. Now, don't ever stick a carb or a screwdriver in there and pry up on the slide. That's not really the way to do it. Oh boy, that's stuck. Oh, there it went. All right, let's get that bolt out of the handlebars. Does it actually move? Yeah, a little bit. back down in there. It doesn't want to fall all the way in there. There it goes. Well, that's actually working. Well, what do you say we take the carburetor apart? I haven't even fired up the ultrasonic cleaner yet. But let's take the carburetor apart, see what kind of disaster is inside of it. I can't keep track of tools or anything today, guys. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. We've got stripped out screws. Screw heads is what we've got. Oh, the old white powdery. Yeah. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to fire up the ultrasonic cleaner, and we're going to see if we can't clean this carburetor. And while the carburetor is cleaning, I'm going to go through my stash, which is dwindling with every bike I build. I'm going to go through and see if I have a good CT70 head to replace that one. And while the carb's cleaning and doing that, maybe we can go up, swap the head on that thing, look at the top of the piston and so forth, and at least get it running today. Let's do that. All right, do it. I'm gonna get the ultrasonic cleaner fired up, and we'll go from there. All right, you'll probably hear the ultrasonic cleaner buzzing in the background as we got the carburetor cooking back there, but well, let's go ahead and take this head off. I've went ahead and taken the engine guard and some things out of the way just to kind of speed the process up a little bit here. But I thought for taking this off, I'd let you guys come along. I don't know, that's not gonna fit in there. Where's my ratchet at? Shoot. Come on out of there. This thing is really dirty. There was no oil, or really none to speak of in the engine. Maybe a few drops. So I don't know. It may be a oil dripper, burner, something. Come on. Yeah, we'll get you in a minute when you. Washers here I didn't get. Is that the brass one? I think that one's supposed to be up there. Come off. There we go. I'm not too worried about that chain. It's not going to fall all the way down in there. Can I get it off with the fender? Probably not. No! No, I can't. Have to roll the bike back and see if we can't turn the wheel. Might go out of view for here for a second. Sorry. Still not going to be able to do it, am I? With the damn fender in the way. Alright, well, I'm going to shut you down for a second. I got to get a few more parts off there before we can get that head off. Alright, yeah, good. So we got head tag, took the front fender off. Let's take this cover back off of here. See if we can just see what's going on. I think it has completely worn out where it's supposed to sit in there. Alright, I'm going to go see if I can find another head and we can just slap on there. Let's I got a little crud on it, but doesn't look too bad. We may go through and clean some of the deposits off of the piston too. Clean that up a little bit. Got a lot of play. It doesn't. A little. It's not bad. I think it's all right. But we got to get a camshaft that's in there correctly. Well, look at this. I think we've got a problem right in there. Lack of oil, you think? It completely broke down the seat where that cam is supposed to ride in, and the cam itself has built up with so much aluminum on it I can't get it out of the head. Oh well. Look at the amount of wear on that rocker arm. Tell what I'm looking at, right? That little groove right there. Yeah, this thing, I think it's got more than 379 miles or whatever the speedometer said. All right, so I found this head that is pretty complete, and it actually looks like someone has sandblasted it at some point. I really need You know what? I'm gonna see if I've got another gasket set before I just slap that on there. Well, I do not, so together it goes. Let's take that cam gear back off there. I was using that cam gear to make sure that it spun. You know, I could turn the camshaft freely, and everything seemed to work right. But I need to take it back off, fit that chain on. Actually, I want to look at it too. The teeth aren't the greatest in the world, but they're all right. Now, about this time is where I usually make some kind of comment about I don't work on engines very often, so I'm not, you know, real up on the correct procedures and the ways to do things. So don't necessarily do it as you see me do it. I'm gonna have to move you guys just for a second. All right, so the piston was at top dead center. Little cam gear has a circle on it that lines up with there's a notch on the inside of here. Come on, get in there. You know what? I'm gonna have to get it in there first. There we go. All right, where'd my circle go? It's way over there. The notch is right there, and my circle's right there. I'm about a tooth off, I would say. Let's try that. That looks fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna tighten those down, put the cover on and the hardware there, and the bolt that goes here. Put all that on. Maybe about that time our carburetor will be somewhat ready to go, and we can try firing it up. All right, as you can see, I sped up a little bit on you. Carburetor came out of the ultrasonic cleaner, put it back together, got it installed. The head is all installed. I went ahead and pulled the tank and I cut the old lines off. Now I'm ready to rehook some fuel lines. Let's see. Let's go underneath this stuff. and we're going to see if this will fire up. If I could get a fuel line on it. Why in the world is that fuel line not going on there? The heck? Hang on a second. Grab some persuaders here, maybe. Get a little better grip on it. Get on there. All right, that looks good enough for that one. We'll see how bad this carb leaks. Typically around the shut-off valve. The little filter area over here on the other side leaks. Come on, get on there. Holy cow. Take longer to put the fuel lines on. It did put the head on the thing. All right. Okay, got those on there. Let's see. Let me know when you see it start dripping. That ought to be enough, shouldn't it? So I haven't put any exhaust on it or anything like that. We're just going to see if we can get it to run. Okay, we still hooked up electrically there. We're good there. Give it some choke. Fuel's on reserve. I don't see any leaks. That's good. Sounded like I wanted to go. Okay, I'm gonna shut you off for a second. I just now realized I never put any oil in the engine, so I need to put some oil in it, and I need to grab a little screwdriver for adjusting that carb. All right, take two with some oil in it this time. No, you rat, you. Okay, I don't want to run it too long without the exhaust on it. But I think we've got a runner, maybe. Hope anyway. Let's see. We never did open, you know what? We never opened up the choke, did we? We can't go adjusting anything without opening up the choke. Much better. I forgot to open the choke up. half, 1. Let's go out 1.5 and try that. Yes. All right. Well, I think I will call that a wrap for today's video. We'll do a couple more additions on this bike. I think we'll go ahead and tear it the rest of the way down. I put this paper towel under it because I wanted to see what kind of leaks we have, and I see one right there being ready to drip. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I'm sure it probably still needs some gasket kits, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more videos on this bike. I think we're going to tear it down and clean it up, and I'm not going to paint it. I may put new decals on it, just try and turn it into a nicer little rider. I don't have a title or anything for it, so but we've got issues like speedometer cables and fork gaiters and new sprockets. There's some things to be done to this that we can film. Looks like we're going to have to at least pull the harness and see if we can either fix it or replace it, do something along those lines. But anyway, guys, thanks for following along. Glad to hear it run. See you on the next video. See you.